Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And with the release of the 2025 Festive Memories team, we got a number of EX Unbound upgrades and a few skill fusions to talk about today. So, that's what we're going to do. Here we have some of the really old 5-star, like starting base 5-star characters who got their EX Unbound status. This is pretty good for two of them and not really that great for the other three because Maid Rimuru, Maid Lumi, and Butler Veldora are just way too old. They came out the second meta the game has ever had back in 2021. Wind meta 1129 of 2022. These characters are not good anymore. Like, well, okay, I take that back. Lumi is still usable in certain scenarios. Maid Rimuru, for as much shit as I give him, is a pretty good defensive character when he is double skill fused, but I just refuse to use him on a precedent. Butler Veldora, no. The answer is no. So the fact that the three of them got EX Unbound status means pretty much nothing. We don't use Lumi, or certainly not Maid Rimuru, to do EX alt damage. So cool, they have it. They could be support alts for Festive Memories. That's about the extent of what we're going to use them for. Velzard getting her EX Unbound status is important because she is a DPS character, an AoE DPS. And she has her first skill already fused, so she does a little bit extra damage. And she's meant to be a self-sufficient nuker, so having an EX alt does bring her into a little bit more relevancy, as does Christmas Shizu, because we can use her on a few different teams to buff fire and be physical and everything. And we could either have her be a support alt or an attack alt, so that's cool. Also, Idol Shuna got her EX Unbound status, but Idol Shuna was already an EX character to begin with, so her upgrade is not super impactful. If you're already an EX character who already has an EX alt and already has higher stats, like, it really doesn't do all that much except add the 6th ability release board in. But she has to be level 120 and mine is 116. So, like, I can't even do it for mine yet. Not a big deal. Again, this Idol Shuna is pretty old nowadays. Not super useful, but she may see a little bit of a renaissance here, at least this month, because of her skill fusion that we got. So here we have the Velzard and Idol Shuna skill fusions. These are in Japanese, but since they're already in game, we're just going to go here. So Idol Shuna's is quite interesting because it changes her second skill, which was a double alt swap to green orbs, generic, so any 3 characters' alts can go to greens, and then a 10% green gauge increase for 1 turn. Okay, I mean, that was fairly decent when she came out. The only primary character we had at that point that did an alt swap to greens was Overlord Shizu. But she was doing 3 orbs to green, not just 2. But now with the fusion, let's go check it out. It becomes a paragraph. So, right here, changes 3 alts into greens with the 10% gauge increase. Okay, so we've added an extra alt that we can swap. But then we've added a whole new part to this skill, which is crazy. Applies the fire and earth attribute to the attacks of Festive Memories characters, including the rear guard, for 2 turns, and increases Festive Memories characters' EX alt damage by 100%. This is relevant because Fire and Earth are the 2 relevant Festive Memories teams. Because last year we had the Festive Memories team for Fire. That was... it really wasn't a very good team. But these are Fire-focused characters. The current beatdown battle we have for this new Festive Memories team wants us to use Earth units to nuke space. Well, wouldn't it be just kind of cool if we could make Violet hit like an Earth character? That way, if you have her pulled from some random tickets or whatever, or you have her saved up, that you could just make her your DPS, quote unquote. Well, Shuna can make that happen because Violet's Festive Memories, so now she can act like an Earth character. vice versa, we could have the new 9-head free-to-play DPS character act like a fire character, because he's on Festive Memories, and therefore he could nuke the single target beatdown trainee that came with the old Festive Memories team, or Festive Memories meta. So the skill is actually pretty useful, and then the EX alt damage doesn't help 9-head because he's free to play. He doesn't have an EX alt, but 100% EX alt damage for a 15-point skill. Granted, it is only for Festive Memories, but like alongside a triple alt swap and the element change, that's a pretty good skill for 15 points, if I don't mind saying so. Yeah, it does need a skill fusion, but it's pretty good. I'm going to skill fuse this, and I'm going to test her out with it, so it won't be for probably a while, but I will do a showcase for her. And then we go to Fire Velzard, who is much less impressive with skill fusion, unfortunately. Her first skill is already fused, so we have physical attack for Festive Memories and Fire, and then 100% alt damage for herself. Her second skill was a double orb steal and a 20% alt gauge increase to orbs. And when you fuse her, it becomes a triple orb steal, which I mean is cool. And then a 20% all gauge increase. Not just alt gauge, Soul of Combos gauge, however you want to say that so you don't get confused. Not just for your secret skill, but for everything. All your protection and all your skill points and all your alt gauge goes up by 20%, alongside being a triple orb stealer. So, I mean, that's cool. Is it necessary to skill fuse her just for this? Definitely not. So, definitely the weaker of the two skill fusions, unfortunately, but someone had to get shafted. And the beatdown battle does not let you. The current beatdown battle for Festive Memories does not want synergy power, at least for Inferno and higher. So, Christmas Shuna's other skill, not as useful as you would like. EX2 you can, though. So, I mean, that's cool. But moving forward, we do have a few other skill fusions to talk about, but they are not going to be implemented until the 5th of December, and they're for two free-to-play characters. The Christmas free-to-play Shuna, or sorry, Shion, that came with the OG Wind meta back in 2022, and then for some reason Tempest Elite Gobta, who is neither a Festive Memories character or a Fire or Earth character. So I'm a bit confuzzled about that one. But since they're not active until the 5th, we can't actually see them in-game translated. So we're going to have to rely on the magical power of Google, which did us so well this morning for the initial translations. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so Gobta. This is doing his alt swap ability. So let's pull Gobta up really fast. We got to get. No, actually, let's do Shuna or Shion first since we're already here. Where is she? She's right here. So currently, it's this 15-point skill. Currently, it increases your pierce resistance by 30% for 2 turns. Okay. During the skill fusion, she keeps that effect and adds Frostbite for 2 turns on all enemies. Okay, I mean, cool, fine, whatever. She's free to play though, so that her skill fusion costs a butt ton. I don't know why they made free to play skill fusions cost like quadruple the amount of materials as normal ones. It's the most asinine thing in the world. I don't recommend skill fusing that Shion just for that skill. just don't do that. Gobta. Let's go find Gobta now in the game. Gotta take off the filter. Go down to my free-to-play win characters. There you are. Okay. So his second skill, the alt swap. So a single alt swap to blue, and then lowers pierce resistance by 5%, and that can stack. So with the fusion, we are now alt swapping 2 orbs right here. You can see the number 2 has been changed to red. And then he is stacking 10% pierce resistance down instead of 5%. I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, the double alt swap is kind of cool. It does make him a little bit more useful when I want to use a free-to-play character for him, and I bring him along. I did use him quite a bit, actually, for some of the more recent videos. Mostly because he's physical, though. So, again, free-to-play characters cost a butt-ton to skill fuse. I don't really know if it's all that worth it to skill fuse him just to get one extra alt swap and another 5% added to his pierce resistance stacking, which you're probably not really using on most teams anyways. So, meh. Shuna is by far and away the most interesting because they did the most to her. Unfortunate that not all skill fusions are created equally. Because imagine if Velzard, instead of her double orb steal, got like a whole new friggin' paragraph of effects alongside of it. That would certainly be something, now wouldn't it? But it's not. So this Shuna going to be far and away the most interesting character to skill fuse. I will do a showcase for her eventually. Gotta make it through the rest of the content first. But I definitely do see this skill being kind of funny to use, but only for Festive Memories teams, which we only get once a year. So let me know what you guys think of these skill fusions and EX upgrades. Obviously, again, Butler Veldora and Maid Rimuru, not super important to EX upgrade, but Lumi and Velzard definitely much better than that. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you all later.